Everybody, welcome back to the stream. This is Connor from Futures Analytica, bringing you guys another live futures trading session. Today, again, we are going to be trading ES. We're going to be doing so in generally trend mode, unless we are really forced to be in regression mode like we would have if we were inside of this zone. But as you can see, we're starting to get some volatility kick up here. We'll see if we can end up having this actually happen, but see if we can get into a trade pretty quickly here. I just got filled into a trade there. It's our first trade of the day. We're up to $408.24. Very solid. Keep checking to make sure my execution menu is showing for you guys. And I don't know why it keeps not showing, but you can see here, do have that right there with our account name visible and with our fill time. Looks like we got filled again here. Finally starting to get some movement. Just got a double fill. We ended up winning that trade. We ended up winning that one as well. There we go. So we have 3 trades in a row that we just won there. Up to $1,200 on the day. I'm glad we didn't miss that. Just got filled again into a short trade. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I think there's some news event. Happened right at 8:30, so winning back-to-back trades here. Got filled long. Up to $2,500 on the day. This is super solid wins here. End up winning this one, I think. Let's see. There we go, up to $2,800. Wow, okay. So that was quite the volatility spike here. So it looks like we might have some time to breathe, but how come you use 750 tick and not range for ES? So on ES, it has the tendency to, when it's ranging, it does so in a very, very uniform manner, just like how when it's trending, it is very uniform and easy to spot. But let's say on ES, I was using a range bar. Let's say our range was like this thick. We had a range that was set to new bar forms, so if it passes this thickness. Over this entire course of the market there, we would not have gotten filled into, or we would not have seen any new bars form, and we wouldn't have been able to visualize as easily that there is a range there. We would have just seen a single bar and it had been ticking in between that for 5 minutes. Now, you could look at the timestamp and correlate that, but I don't like looking at timestamps. I like to just look at a bar and just see all the information I need to about it just by looking at the surrounding bars. I don't like to look down at the bottom here. But also, looks like we won this trade down here as well, so that's super solid. But I hope that answers your question about why I use tick charts on ES rather than range. It's just because ranges are much more sticky. They stay at the same level in their actual true ranges. I mean, look at how like uniform this range is. This would never happen on NQ. That's why. If you're going to be testing trades on MES, as long as you have the use full order flow data option selected, it will be the exact same as regular ES. So what that option does is it uses order flow data from the main ES contract and uses it to trade micros. This is super helpful for small accounts, and I actually suggest most people trade micros, and doing so with that option enabled is going to help significantly. How do I change the contract from 1 to 5? For example, from the chart trader, it is quote unquote not working. So the way Polarity works is it uses an ATM strategy to execute orders. So you cannot change the order quantity just by going over your top right screen and changing it in the order quantity menu. What you actually have to do is go to your ATM strategy, click edit, and then change the quantity there, and then save it. This will automatically update it. You don't have to reload the strategy or anything. And in doing so, you've now changed the quantity of your ATM strategy, meaning what you're getting filled into is going to change the number of contracts. That is the proper way to do that. Let's see if we can win this trade. It's kind of a longer one here. There we go, up to 3,600. We're only 1 tick away from our take profit when I said that. That's very nice. So now we're up to $3,600 on the day. This is a great way to start out the week. See here, the volatility has really died down. This is another good way to illustrate exactly why I use tick charts on ES rather than range. Like, we would have only gotten 2 bars form. If we were using a range chart, I mean, there would have only been 1 or 2 bars here, when in here we have a very, very strong visualization that we are inside of a range. I think that I'm okay with switching to regression at this point because I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you guys on ES, but I think that any one of you guys is going to recognize that we're supposed to be inside of regression mode during this extreme chop here. So I'm going to make that switch. And other third-party indicators be used with Polarity, or is it just what's on NinjaTrader 8? Yes, other third-party indicators can be used with Polarity. There are no limitations on what indicators you can use. We've actually started to climb out of this range, and I should have been in trend mode after it passed out of that, so I'm going to be switching to that now. I'll be able to recognize why I'm in trend mode though. A lot of people use Polarity ATI would it not lose its edge in the market. That actually was something that we had been concerned about for quite a while. But with the machine learning module where everyone has an individualized model that learns based off of their trading style and habits, you're all going to be getting separate entries. So we've pretty much eliminated that possibility, which is pretty nice. And Polarity ATI, although it does have a full auto mode with auto arm, we cannot suggest under any circumstances that you walk away from your computer while the strategy is enabled. Market volatility can pick up at any time, and we don't think that's responsible. And you're risking too much money per trade for it to be prudent to walk away from your screen with that enabled. I think at this point we're probably going to end up calling it. I'm pretty happy with $3,600 on the day. That's pretty solid, especially compared to last week. Our next stream is not going to be for a while. I am going to be pretty busy. I'm doing some traveling, but thank you guys so much for tuning in today.